Thank you for joining me today on the Garbage Bag Girl podcast. This podcast is about all of us. It's about the things and the ways that make us feel pushed down and small. It is about how the smallest acts of kindness make the biggest impact each day. No one should feel like garbage, ever. Enjoy the show. Hi, I'm Celeste Edmunds, Executive Director of the Christmas Box International, and getting used to this. Author of Garbage Bag Girl. This is my story that I released to share insight about not just my life, but the life of the children that we serve at our 3 emergency shelters in Moab, Salt Lake, and Ogden. And today we are super, super fortunate to have 2 guests with us that this organization has been partners of ours since 2006, which is a very long term, one of our very longest partnerships actually in our organization's 27-year history. And I'm just personally very, very grateful for them for coming today. So we have Norleen Thornock, she's the volunteer coordinator, and Jason Romero-Stephens is co-president. And they're with the Imperial Rainbow Court of Northern Utah. So they've been supporting specifically our northern shelter, which is the Ogden Christmas Box House, that has been in operation for 20 years, has served over 5,000 children in that region specifically. And this is an incredible organization. I'm going to let them tell us more about who they are and what you do. Welcome. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for giving us this opportunity.
Yeah, it's great to be here. We're excited.
So who wants to share?
I will.
Go ahead.
So our organization was actually established back in 1993. So we're part of a larger organization that is, it's called the International Court System. And we have about 50 chapters that are nationwide, including in Mexico and Canada. And our territory was given to us back in 1993 by a organization in Salt Lake City called the Royal Court of the Golden Spike Empire. One of their proclamations was established by an emperor named Jeff Friedman to give us the boundaries of northern Utah. And our boundaries start from Shepherd's Lane in Farmington all the way to the Idaho border. And so we were fortunate enough to get that boundary. And ever since 1993, we have really worked on fundraising and kind of helping out our core group of individuals, which is the LGBTQIA plus affiliates within our boundaries.
Wonderful. I love that. And so what do each of you do specifically in your roles?
Well, stuff like this. My goal this year, because we just started a new, I guess, I would just say a board of directors that just was voted in. Our year just started. So my goal is to get us out into our community in which we serve so that they know that we are here as a resource to them.
And I'm the co-president of the organization. So I actually ran to be the co-president back in November of 2000, well, actually just this year, 2003. So one of my goals is to further our community outreach and to really build some rapport within the community. We've been an organization, like I said, since 1993, but our name's not widely shared out there. We're kind of behind the scenes. We're known for giving money, but we're not really known for being involved in the community in as much regard as I would like to see. And so me and my own goals is to kind of further that agenda. And so I have known Norleen for quite some time, 20 plus years, and I knew that she was really kind of wanted to be part of that also. She really shared my own vision, and I knew that she had the gusto to kind of lead those efforts. And so I appointed her as the volunteer coordinator on our board, and she's been fortunate enough to kind of lead our efforts. We do a variety of things within our community. We raise money for the Lantern House, the Christmas Box House. We raise money for cancer, for HIV/AIDS, we have a community concern fund that we help people pay their light bill or their gas bill or just further themselves in life. And so with Norleen's shared vision of mine, we're able to kind of further that agenda and really push our name out there in the community.
I love that. So giving and community, has it always been part of the organization's culture? Or is that something you feel like you've had to bring into it?
As long as our organization has been established, it's been the basis of our organization. As the years goes by, we do kind of increase those fundraising efforts. So like we started giving to the Christmas Box House in 2006, but we give to other organizations well above that. And then every single year that we kind of go further, we try to increase those efforts and we try to bring in more organizations to assist throughout the year. But now we're trying to, like I said, do more outreach as far as like, what can we help you with more in regards to just giving you a financial donation? Like, can we help you with mowing your lawn? You know, is there something that needs to be fixed in your facility that we can help with? You know, something in that regard to really kind of further our relationship and help the children that are being neglected.
Well, and let people come on site, right, and be hands-on to seeing kind of what they're, when they do donate monetarily, where that goes.
Right.
I think that's becoming, we're finding as a nonprofit, that's becoming more and more a critical part of why people stay connected. Since 2006, I mentioned to you guys that you've given $19,282, which is a substantial amount of money. And so I not only wanted to tell you how personal that is for me in my life of not having a Christmas Box House. And I also want you to be able to tell those that do contribute that every dollar that they give is extended to $7 of services, because we try to be as efficient as we can internally, but we also have this amazing community that gives us special costs. And of course, we're tax exempt and all those nonprofit things. And it really lets us maximize that dollar. So it's really 19,282 times 7 is really even a much bigger impact. And I also would like to invite you guys to find a time to come to the house, and we would like to dedicate a room in the honor of the organization.
That is amazing.
So
I know one thing that I love about the Christmas Box House is we've gone there, of course, year after year after year, and we used to decorate the tree that was in the hall. And I mean, and you walk up to the door and you have the bricks there, and to walk up to an organization and see your name on a brick because you've contributed financially to the well-being of those children is so inspirational, and so like, oh, we made a difference in what we're doing every single day. So I think to have a room dedicated, it just extends that even more. And Norleen's
really,
emotional.
I
know. We were waiting for her to get some tears, but you know what? Tears matter, because systems aren't designed to raise children. People are designed to raise children, and we're designed as a community to support each other. And right, the bigger we get, the better we do that. When I share with our alum that come back now after 27 years, and I ask them if they have any idea that complete strangers they've never met gave them everything that they had at the Christmas Box House. One, they had no idea, but two, they are like blown away, because I would have thought the same way. I mean, the title Garbage Bag Girls, because I really felt that's what I was.
Right.
Inside my heart, and as I carried my items around in a garbage bag. No child has left the Christmas box in 27 years with their stuff in a garbage bag, for the record, folks. And they only leave with new items.
Right.
Well, and we're honored to be part of that. One thing, too, that one of our initiatives is we actually do a quarterly drive to fundraise for the necessary items that those children need. And in fact, we're currently in our first quarter of that drive. Yeah. So we're currently collecting like shoes and coats and things that those children are needing. Yep. So this year our goal is to, I know that there's always a list of necessities that the Christmas Box House needs, but we're trying to focus on the most necessary items itself. So we're making contact with the Christmas Box House and saying, what do you need specifically for this quarter? Yep. And this quarter it is like shoes and coats, and so we're specifically driving for those items, and we'll continue to do that every single month throughout this entire year through November. And then the new year will actually start their own efforts to, kind of continue on with what they decide is the most important for them.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Our name can be a bit of a hindrance, having Christmas in the title. It's based on the book. It's not based on the holiday, but it does sometimes lend a perception that it's a holiday campaign. And so through the year, we update our wish list every quarter, and then I run a quarterly campaign like Spring into Action or Christmas in July, to remind people that we're here 365 days a year. Yep. Pandemic, no pandemic, good economy, bad economy, makes no difference at all for us in terms of, unfortunately, having children in the program. We do serve children ages 0 to 18. That's one thing that stands our shelter critically apart from other shelters, is we don't have a licensing cap at age 12. And that's very critical, because we get to keep about 1,000 siblings, brothers and sisters together every year between the 3 locations that, like me, would have been totally separated from their brother and sister, and then eventually adopted apart from each other. And it's probably greatly the greatest tragedy I still think about today of every loss that I had. And so to be able to keep that with the kids we serve is by far probably the most meaningful for me. But the other thing that I've learned in my years with the organization is that there was a huge misconception when we opened 27 years ago, and slowly we've been trying to work on this, and that is people made an assumption that we had certain types of children in the home. They came from certain boundaries in the state. They came from certain demographics. They came from certain incomes with families. They had very specific identities. There were so many assumptions around who are these kids, what do their face look like. I mean, I'm a pretty standard 7-year-old white girl on this, so that's not the best example. But 3 years ago, when I came on back as executive director, we did a survey only in Salt Lake County to get an idea of who these children were. I had my own assumptions, but I was like, you know what, just so I can put it on paper so everyone else can buy into, right? Everyone likes data. And 82% of our children in the Salt Lake County, and now we know it to be true in our northern region as well, 82% identified in the LGBTQ community. 82%, and that's only who identified, just for the record, because we don't make, and obviously nobody has to do that. And I suspected that to be the case because many children that get removed are in the older teen population are because they're kicked out of their homes, which is a very sensitive topic for me and my brother and sister for a lot of reasons. And so when I started looking at our donor base, because I was like, I wonder who people think our donors are. We have the most diversely awesome group of donors. I don't know what everyone else's looks like, but for me, it extends the value of who those kids are into our community. So all week long during our week of giving, we've been talking to, we have an awesome motorcycle group, and then we had steel workers come in. And I wanted you guys to come in because the whole thing really represents, you just can't put a label on who we're talking to, who's giving, who's receiving services at our shelter. And so I'm trying really hard to blend and create the face of who we are, and it's everybody. Well, right? There's really not even any boundaries to who that is.
No, right. Well, and I think that that's something that is so viable that we share with the Christmas Box House is we have a shared vision. You know, it's not about any type of, sex or religion or, creed or anything like that. It's just about the individual and what, we want to give to that child. We want to, encompass, and believe in who they are and what the abilities that they have, they or what they want to become in the future. So we're honored to be part of that, and I think that we have a shared vision, and I think that we're able to partner and really, take that child to hopefully new heights.
Yeah. Because how do we say, if our motto is every child deserves a childhood, and I would underline every, and then I would extend that, the message of my book is also no child deserves to feel like garbage ever. And there's a lot of meaning, for me in that, and for the kids that come to the shelter. So I just want to thank you so much for all that you do, for always supporting us, for being just truly loyal to us over all these years, and tell you how grateful I am.
Well, I think that we're honored to be part of it, and I think that we're looking forward to a continued vision and helping in any way that we possibly can in the future.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining me today on the Garbage Bag Girl podcast. Always remember, you matter. Please subscribe and share this podcast, and visit CelesteEdmunds.com to join my mailing list.